Yeah.
True professional, Batt-Doyle. So as we were seeing that unfold, Batt-Doyle still going here on the track right now as our women's A 5,000 metre event. So we will call these ladies out with hip number 1, Lydia O'Donnell unattached. Number 2, Natalie Rule of St Stephen's Harriers. With number 3 on, we have Lauren Reid unattached. Number 4, Melissa Duncan of Knox. Number 5, Rose Davies unattached. Number 6, Izzy Batt-Doyle unattached. And our pacers are going to be Genevieve Gregson and Kelly Thackeray. So these ladies, Rosie Davies, or Ros Davies, as she's probably best known, she did win our Zatopek event over the 10,000 metres. So these ladies are going to get absolutely cooking. It is a class field. It's been class all night, but it's just getting classier.
Can I just say, Mitch, as well, as we do get into the women's 5,000, we just had a comment on our YouTube stream from Team Petty Running. So that would be Angela Petty from New Zealand saying, "Congrats on breaking my Oceania 1,000 metre record, Lyndon." So not only did she take the 1,000 metre Australian record, she also took the Oceania 1,000 metre record, Lyndon Hall. So thanks for that comment, Angela Petty, on our YouTube stream.
Well, there you go. I mean, it just gets better, doesn't it? So these ladies going to there's not really too much finding of positions in these races because obviously they all know each other. They're all familiar. They've been seated in this race for a reason. It is Ros Davies, who's not going to be afraid to get right behind our 2 pacemakers. Obviously, Genevieve Gregson, an Olympian, who's going to be leading them out to start it off. And the one behind there is Izzy Batt-Doyle. Spent a bit of time over in the US. In fact, 4 or 5 years. Finished off at the University of Washington, and All-American. So these girls know exactly how to race. Melissa Duncan, she has spent the last 2 years over in Japan, I believe, competing over in that circuit. Nat Rule is an up-and-comer right on this senior ranks. And our ladies behind there, I believe, are Lauren Reid and Lydia O'Donnell. So these girls are going to be able to work each other out, and they're going to have the benefit of just sitting behind that beautiful pace there by Genevieve Gregson. So these ladies nicely spread out in a line here, Mick.
Absolutely, and it's the battle between Izzy and Rose that we may be keeping our eyes on. But as you mentioned, don't forget Melissa Duncan. I haven't been aware of any of her results lately. If she has, I may have missed it personally, which is completely could have happened. But she did a lot of running in the on the Japanese circuit pre-COVID for one of the professional teams over there. Now got a New Balance kit on tonight, so she's got an absolute class runner. So it's not just going to be the Izzy and Rose show tonight. We'll see if we get a similar kick down though at the end.
No, certainly not. So these ladies are absolutely moving as well. So we're having a look at the clock here. Jen Gregson is doing it beautifully. 2:59.3, 3:01, 3:02. So that's exactly where we want to be for that Olympic qualifier. So Ros Davies right on it there. The one behind Izzy Batt-Doyle. And the girls aren't going to spot too much room. Obviously, it is still early in this race, so there's not going to be a lot of moving and shaking. But so long as they can stay consistent, they stay steady, and they stay around that pace, we're going to hopefully see some Olympic qualifiers here tonight. One, if not multiple. So these ladies nicely strung out. There's been no movement whatsoever.
And 15:10 is the Olympic qualifying time that we are heading for. That's 73 seconds per lap, 3:02 per kilometre. So we will be calling you through, seeing if they are on pace as we go through, as Jen has been through that first 2.5 laps, first 3 laps, which is impressive back up from an awesome run at 10K Run the Bridge on the weekend as well, breaking a course record.
Yeah, no, she took the win, and she's been running incredibly well. I mean, she is one of the most consistent athletes that we probably have, not just in our women's distance, but in athletics as a whole, Jen Gregson. So she's looking really comfortable. Obviously battled injuries early in her career, but now she's out here doing a beautiful job. I believe she's meant to go through 4 laps, so we'll see how long Jen can maintain this. But for the moment, they may as well call her Metronome Gregson, because she is hitting it beautifully. So right behind there is Ros Davies, spotted only a metre or 2 of room there by Izzy Batt-Doyle, and the rest of the girls are more than happy to just let that happen right now. So here we go now. Ros Davies, she's going to move around our pacemaker, I believe that is in front of her, and Ros Davies isn't going to wait around. She knows that she's come down here from the sunny coast of Newcastle, and she said, I'm going to make it worth my while. So she might have to tap Jen Gregson on the shoulder and say, could we go a little bit longer? Let's try and make this a race. So Izzy Batt-Doyle tucked in behind our pacemaker there. So too is going to be Melissa Duncan. Behind Melissa Duncan is Nat Rule. So now, Mick, we start to see it spread out in the matter of about 300 metres.
Absolutely, and Kelly Thackerty just falling off the pace a little bit there. Rose would have noticed that going through, watching the clock. Obviously, you know, you've got your pacemakers, but I'm sure a lot of these athletes, running's all about numbers when you jump on track, especially at this level. And Rose would have had her eyes on the clock. Jen's just bridging that gap ahead of training mate Kelly Thackerty, and Rose would have said, "No, I'm just going to get on Jen's heels here." The pace has dropped slightly from that 15:10 Olympic qualifier pace, so Rose has done the right thing. And Jen is, I believe Jen's planning to go through to 3Ks.
Yeah.
So Rose has got a bit of time. She'll see her through most of the way, and if she can just relax, she'll be put in a good position. As the rest of the girls, well, they're strung out pretty evenly. Kelly Thackerty is just sat back in the middle of that pack, as we see Izzy Batt-Doyle leading that second train.
Yeah, so Izzy Batt-Doyle, she's going to put Melissa Duncan on her shoulders and go, maybe we try and go chase this right now. So as we see Jen Lacar's move out, so I think she might be done, Jen Lacar. So she's going to get behind Ros Davies right now. So Ros Davies, she's just going to have to pin the ears back and sort of do this for herself at the moment. I mean, obviously we saw her put in a really strong effort across the Zatopek. So Ros Davies, no stranger. She's been doing it on the road. She's been doing it for years. So Ros Davies, you just have to do it one more time right now. And she looks incredibly confident, in control. And obviously Jen has that benefit. They've trained together. They know each other well. Ros knows how to read off Jen's energy. And right now, Jen, well, it's actually really smart, because if there is a period of time now where Ros gets a little bit mentally tired, she gets that start of fatigue, she can then at least maybe sing out to Jen and go, hey, let's get this cooking. So right now it's Ros Davies. Jen Lacar's behind her there. Izzy Batt-Doyle leading out Melissa Duncan. And the one behind there is also Lauren Reid. So Reid looking really comfortable. Nat Rule's going to be running along there. I believe that is with Lydia O'Donnell. So Lydia O'Donnell and Nat Rule are going to work well together. But I am really interested in the Ros Davies, Jen Gregson at the front.
Absolutely.
I find it really impressive that Jen Gregson's just going to stay there behind her for as long as she can, even offer that support just by continuing to push her from behind too.
Which is okay. It's probably what she's going to be doing. And we'll see a time when she goes through what will it be, it'll be 2.4 kilometres, and 7:16, 7:17 is what she needed. So Jen's spot on. I mean, Rose could very well just be sitting on Jen's heels if she wanted to. Jen's still on pace. Yeah. She might be a bit heavy in the legs from the 10K on the weekend, but she is still on the pace. I guess Davies just wants to not leave anything to chance, take it herself. And we see the rest of the field as well in Izzy Batt-Doyle, is that Mel Duncan and Lauren Reid. They're actually not too far away right now. They still have the Olympic qualifier well and truly in their sights, and they may very well close on Rose in these final stages as they go through.
Izzy Batt-Doyle is an incredibly tough competitor. She has raced through multiple injuries. She did it in the NCAA. She did it now back here in Australia. She's had a really consistent stint of training with Adam Diddick over there in South Australia. And now I believe she's running with a separate group. But Ros Davies, she's looking really good. So Jen Gregson now goes around her. So I think that's the benefit. It's a swings and roundabouts sort of relationship at the front here. And I think if Ros gets a little mentally fatigued, Jen's going to move. And watch out for Izzy Batt-Doyle. I mean, she is literally putting Lauren Reid and also Melissa Duncan right behind her. She's just focused. She's got to lock in on one point there of Ros Davies or Jen Gregson and just try and work it back slowly. She's done that over a lap. I reckon she's pegged back about 5 metres over that 400, and that's all she has to keep doing from here on out to stay around that time. Absolutely.
And Rose has either made a smart or a necessary decision right now just to be nipping at Jen's heels, taking a bit of a break. The next three athletes as well are running a comfortable race as well. Lauren Reid, fun fact, parkrun world record holder.
There you go.
Did it a few weeks ago. So
unbelievable.
She's been training hard.
She knows what she's doing then. But
absolutely.
Right now, Jen Gregson, Ros Davies looking really good. 9:10 on the clock as they went through. Jen Gregson, sensational effort. Well done. And watch this. I reckon Izzy Batt-Doyle, she's going to get on the back of Ros Davies in the next 600 metres. I reckon she is working really well. This is what you would call rhythm running. She has just found that zone. She's found it. She's zoned out. She knows what she's doing right now. And these two can work with each other. I mean, that's the great thing about Aussie athletes. They all work along camaraderie. So right now it's Ros Davies leading it out. Izzy Batt-Doyle behind her. She's been able to separate from Lauren Reid and Melissa Duncan behind her there. So,
Davies has dropped out
Ros has
of the
had
race.
to stop.
So Izzy Batt-Doyle does
Jeez.
fall into the lead now as Davies pulls out on the back of the track. So Batt-Doyle is leading the race now, and she is only a few seconds short of that qualifying pace, but she's going to have to do it on her own from here on out.
So
as
sadly,
Duncan, Reid follow. Lydia O'Donnell, the New Zealand athlete, putting in an awesome race as well, only 100 metres back from Izzy Batt-Doyle in the distance. She rounds the steeplechase now.
Oh, it's sad to see. We really, really hope that Ros Davies is okay and that she will be able to keep pushing forward in training. But right now, we have to focus on Izzy Batt-Doyle. 10:24 she went through there. She's looking really good, Mick. Let me just say, I know I spoke about rhythm running a second ago, but she is just in a zone. And that she is phenomenal. She's picking up metres on the rest of this field, and she's doing it solo now. She obviously had that benefit of maybe working off Izzy Batt-Doyle, noticing that she was getting fragile and was able to capitalise. But right now, Izzy Batt-Doyle, she is looking strong.
Such an impressive runner. She proved it at Zatopek. She's proved it through the whole South Australian season. While most of the country was in isolation, she was battling out with some of the girls in the South Australian
so she's
Championships.
2 seconds out.
Two seconds, only a couple of seconds short of the Olympic qualifying pace, and we know she's got a kick.
Oh, she has a vicious kick. Honestly, she's one of the tougher competitors you'll ever see, and I know that this Box Hill crowd can get her going. So right now, Izzy Batt-Doyle, she's doing it on her own. Probably the toughest way you could ever try and get an Olympic qualifier is on your own. We may see it in the race after this, but don't worry about that. We're seeing it right now. So Izzy Batt-Doyle, she's going to come down. She's got 11:31, 11:32. She needs to be, and we'll get it around to the next lope, but 11:36, 11:35 there, I think, through right now. So Izzy Batt-Doyle looking strong. Three laps to go.
And Mish, Lauren Reid has made her way into second place. It looks like Melissa Duncan has pulled out. New Zealand athlete Lydia O'Donnell is running a very, very strong race in third position. Everyone's so strung out now. They're all running time trials of sorts over this last kilometre with only 2.5 laps to go.
Take your hat off to every single lady who's run here, whether or not they finished it or not. This is an incredibly tough distance. And now for these women on the track to be doing this solo, we are down to just 3 competitors. So Nat Rule not on the track either. So we are down to Izzy Batt-Doyle.
And she just went through in a 12:11. She needed a 12:08, so only 3 seconds shy of that 5:10 pace.
I cannot stress how difficult this is right now to be doing what Izzy Batt-Doyle is doing.
Everyone here at Box Hill is willing her those extra few seconds. The last couple of laps are going to be huge. Everyone here at the track is getting around her. We see Lydia O'Donnell in the Lost Boys crop top in the bottom right-hand corner of screen. She's in third position, the athlete from New Zealand, running a very strong race. Lauren Reid still in second position as she comes through with 2 laps to go, and the noise starts to build here at Box Hill Athletics track. 2 laps to go for Izzy Batt-Doyle.
Yeah, so Izzy Batt-Doyle, she's going from strength to strength right now. And again, all these ladies doing it incredibly tough, and they should be incredibly proud. But right now, we really need to will Izzy Batt-Doyle along. As I said, she's only a few seconds out from that Olympic qualifier. So you can imagine if she's in a race where it's loaded, she's going to be able to get to this time. But right now, it's still feasible.
Jen clapping her
so
on.
They really need to be clapped. Right now, you can feel the crowd lifting. The energy around this track is phenomenal. Nick Wall, Tim Crosby doing a great job to get people on board.
That just gave me Nitro flashbacks of Jen cheering everyone on the side of the track. So everyone around the track, Box Hill, I've never seen it so busy, and everyone is cheering on every single one of these girls out on track.
So we had a 13:25, I believe, that went through. So she's 4 seconds out of the time right now. It's not impossible, ladies and gentlemen. We need Izzy Batt-Doyle. We need all that energy, whether you're here or not, still cheering your living room, kitchen, bathroom. Doesn't matter where you are. You're watching Izzy Batt-Doyle put on a spectacle. We'll be talking about this race for a long time. So Izzy Batt-Doyle right now.
And Lauren Reid, she's stuck by about 100 metres behind Izzy Batt-Doyle. 1 lap to go for Izzy Batt-Doyle. She needs a 68-second last lap. Every single person at Box Hill is on their feet. They're clapping their hands. They're cheering her on. Lauren Reid running a strong race in second. She's going to have an unreal time, even if it's not the Olympic qualifier she might have been chasing.
So Izzy Batt-Doyle, 300 metres to go, about 14:19, 14:20 on the clock. She is absolutely moving up the back straight, so you know it means everything to her. It means everything to everybody at the track. But Izzy Batt-Doyle, she's doing it incredibly tough. She is going for it. She's not going to leave anything in the tank right now. now. 13:30.
Only 2 seconds off the pace.
2 seconds off. She's picked up 2 seconds there. 150 metres to go right now for Izzy Batt-Doyle. And Mick, she is moving.
Brett Robinson there giving her a bit of a clap as she rounds the steeple. Everyone's on their feet. Get on your feet at home. Cheer her on. Cheer her home. We'll wait for the official time, of course. She is charging towards the finish line. It is the Izzy Batt-Doyle show here as she chases a spot on the Tokyo
not
team.
far off.
15:04, 15:05. Let's watch the clock as she charges towards the finish line. It's going to be so, so close.
Oh.
And that might have been a tick over 15. Awesome run. That might have been the smallest fraction over. But oh my God, Mitch, what a run. What a race.
I don't think she can believe it.
Lauren Reid in second position.
Absolutely gobsmacked.
And a 13-second PB for Lauren Reid. Huge run for Lauren Reid in second position. Lydia O'Donnell, very, very close to a PB for Lydia O'Donnell. 15:47, only 5 seconds off a PB, Lydia O'Donnell.
Holy
And I'm not sure if there's any... There is a couple more of the ladies.
I think there. No, that's it.
No, everyone else ended up pulling out of the race.
Didn't finish either. But that is, I think she's literally missed that by about 0.4 of a second.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Oh,
Solo,
so
really.
close. And you're right, though, solo.
Well, if she didn't have the benefit of sitting with Ros Davies or Jen Gregson either. She had that pack around her.